For an elderly person who already has a foot, well, that person hasn't been able to work the foot as they should, has a weak foot, starting with the Primal 3 is a very good option for that. Hi, I'm Angel. You know me from Instagram, from the videos. Well, you're probably seeing this on social media.
I am Antonio Cavallo. You know me from the newsletters and from Sami's blog if you like the video, the reading. And well, on YouTube, what we're trying to do is put a face to the both of us and mostly talk a lot about sneaker comparisons. Something very interesting because we see the before and after of a model, what the brand, the changes that I consider appropriate for the audience it is intended. What ailment or issue it can solve. And that's what we're going to try with these videos. Today, for example, we start with a very...
An iconic model of the EMS in this case.
It's been around for many years. I couldn't tell you exactly how long though.
I would say 4.
First
yes.
two...
Much more. 6.
Well, definitely 6 and above. You know, without giving an exact number, but definitely 6 and above, because remember, we've been working with Len for a while now. In 8 years, and already had release.
And it's strange that in this video we're going to point out something new about it, because it seemed like a model that was always going to exist. Because it was a model that practically needed no changes.
Yes, in fact, look, if you see it, look. If you see these two, they don't look alike. So it will surely be very hard to find the difference. Now we're going to tell you. But if you see it, you actually have to look closely to see the difference. But anyway, this isn't about finding the 7 differences. Don't worry, which we are going to show now on TV. Okay, what's up? Shall we start with the review?
Yes, let's start now. Come on. The main difference, and it's true that maybe you don't know.
He's going to tell you the difference. He's going to tell you the mystery. He's not going to give in.
So
come on, keep going. Come on, keep going.
But I wanted to point out something that can be seen. At the glance, after lifting Antonio, you can see a slight difference in the designs. Yeah. Okay, in the drawing. From the sole, that's the visual difference.
This is the real difference.
The sole, for example, in this case, in the 3 compared to the 2, this one has a 9mm sole, and this
9.5. Yes.
Did you read?
A tiny bit thicker. Come on, we can practically say it's exactly the same.
There's a little bit of a difference.
Except for the ½ centimeter difference, okay? So where are the differences?
The difference is in the back. In the heel area, there you can see in the Primal 2 that the back part is rounded in this part, and yet in the Primal 3, that curve is a little less pronounced.
Flat is practically a shoe with much more stability in the back, while one mimics the rear bone of our heel. The heel is the one that is the delimited one.
In this one, is more stable. Okay, this is one of the differences. Minimal, but they do change the feeling. Greater freedom of movement in the 2 and more stability in the Primal 3.
This makes the shoe change a bit for the audience because although the thickness of the sole doesn't vary, the ground feel it gives us is practically the same. But by varying that rear property, that rear characteristic, it makes your foot needs to work less on Model 3 and a bit more on Model 2. There are people who told us that when they walked, they felt their heels were turning inward. Because indeed this shoe does not prevent the inclination of your ankle. So in fact, you can deform it. If you deform it, you see that the shoe deforms too. That was one of its characteristics and of its
the truth is that
quality indeed. However,
in this case, you see that the stability has already increased here. It's still wavering here. The response is immediate, the stability is immediate. What does this do? Well, for example, people who need more stability, who still don't have strong feet or ankles, that they have a bit of the elevation
adaptation
of the internal damage.
Transition, as it is called, or readaptation.
Rewriting, or even something that many of you ask about, which is for an older person. Well, that person couldn't work on their feet properly because they are hunters. For destructive, limiting, has a weak foot. woman still needs support.
Stability to start off correctly. The pen tree is a very good option for this because the shape is the same. That is, it maintains its same width at the front if we talk about flexibility or all the characteristics that are sought. So keeping it, the inner part is identical and they have had the same lining, even the same protections. Look, if you pay attention here, it has protection if you're reinforced in the heel area, which is optional and usually added in the Troy model as well. The same pull tab. The VR laces are the same. Even the tongue exactly is equally soft. It is very comfortable.
But there is a difference within the template.
No, but this insole, allow me to tell you, the insole is identical.
In another model. We will show
in
it
another
to you.
video which wasn't about that. There it does vary. But this insole, if it is the same insole, varies in color. But the feature is identical. It is about 4 millimeters of insole and it is an insole called Performa.
Yes.
A shoe of the insole.
Breathable.
Performance, as they call it, for the Tabera.
So that
indeed,
it grips well inside.
so that the foot does not, and well, as I always tell you, if you want more sensitivity, you can remove the 4 millimeter insole if you prefer. That we are already gaining in sensations and we are gaining in stimuli for the foot, okay? And well, the foot encompasses all kinds of tissues, right? Muscle, tendons, and bones. We have talked about this many times, about this very important property. That the property is not, but what is important is that the foot feels the impact so that... So thank you very much.
In
thank you very much.
a way,
Indeed.
well,
They do not decalcify.
I lose
Indeed,
track.
no bone loss with age. Okay? In summary, focusing on the important points. For two, a shoe that allows the foot to work more, lets it act a bit more.
And the Primal 3, which gives you a bit more
Indeed,
stability.
yes. The other properties are practically the same. The only thing you need to be clear about when choosing, now that you still can between 2 and 3, is if you want to help your foot, or if you're going to help your foot with exercises to strengthen it, that musculature, or if you are a person whose feet turn inward a lot, this week's article was precisely about that. About feet that it protruded a lot.
If it took even the ankle and with it the knee, if that happens, maybe a couple of...
It's intermediate being the first 3.
See ya, goodbye.
First 2, knowing that the shoe will deform
and that this mobility will have to be
mainly the roof twins, oils to strengthen and help the big toe stabilize the foot, and with that, because of the leg structure,
more
right?
mobility.
Well, Angel, I think with this we finish the spring review.
Best regards.
The comparison, and if you have any specific doubts, you know that you can visit us at www.albertosanagostin.com. Sami.e. Check it by phone, your web, email. And then, well, we are going to show the other colors of the first 3 because this is the one that will survive from now on. This is the one that will remain. This is the one that will remain. This is the one that will...
And now they would come, for example, the colors.
With oregano.
They haven't changed. Because look, I repeat, for Primal 2 has practically no changes. And the subtitles didn't change either,
I already
but the colors
there.
well, so the names of the colors are the same. There is slate, olive, eclipse, and black, which doesn't appear in the video, but it's still there.
The black line.
Everything else is the same, same combination of upper part with the color of the sole.
Well, that's it. We say goodbye and see you in the next video. Okay, now let's show the difference between the Primal Echo and the third cousin, and well, we won't reveal anything or show it in the next video. See you later.
Next time.